Welcome to the Krista Escamilla Show.
Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. And I'm so grateful that you're spending some time here on the Krista Escamilla Show, whether you're listening in the car, on a walk, sitting at home at your computer and watching on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. We are so grateful for each and every one of you spending time with us today. We're also grateful for our sponsors for allowing us to have this incredible podcast and platform to share the good things of the Permian Basin. So thank you to Kevin Foreman of Foreman Financial and Tapestry Hotel Midland. Also, a big thank you to Rig ID Workwear, Midland Cap Company, and joincapclub.com. Support those local businesses however you can. I'm so excited to introduce our guest today because she is an incredible person and amazing singer and songwriter, mom, wife, the list goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Angela Porter. Angela, thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited to share your story and for everyone to get to hear your amazing voice, because you have a beautiful voice, but you have a beautiful story to go with your beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about you, because you are a West Texan born and raised.
I am. I was born in Andrews, Texas, a long time ago.
I'm trying to think. You're probably around my age.
Probably so.
Yeah, I think we're about the same.
I might be a little older.
Wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago. Let's see. I was born in Andrews and was adopted. So my adopted family, my granddad was the county judge for 20-something years. So I grew up there. Oh, let's see. I grew up right around the block from my husband.
Yes, I saw that in your bio. That is so sweet. Now, did y'all know each other?
We didn't
when
know
you were little?
No, we didn't. Our families did. In fact, my grandmother threw his mom's wedding shower.
You're kidding.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we didn't know each other really till high school, but we never dated in high school.
So how did y'all connect?
So we both went to college, separate colleges, really didn't work out for either of us, and we both ended up back in Andrews around the same time. Mm-hmm. And he loves to tell people that I just showed up on his doorstep, but that's not true. So I'm glad I'm doing this first.
Yeah, you get to set the record.
Tell my version
yes,
first.
You set the record straight, Angela. How did it really happen? You know, he was blowing up your. Was it beepers back then?
So, maybe
Was he blowing up your beeper?
It wasn't even cell phones yet.
Yeah, no cell phones.
But I ran into him in the store.
Okay.
And he invited me to his Christmas party, and that's pretty much how it happened.
And that's how it really went down, Trey.
That's how it really went down.
I love that. So you've been married over how many years? 28 years.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. We were married probably a year after that.
After you started dating.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Really quick.
And how did you know that you wanted to make West Texas your home after that?
Well, that's where he's the third generation in a family grocery business, and so we pretty much had planned to stay in Andrews.
Mm-hmm. You've probably heard of it, Porter's Grocery Store.
Yes. And he and his brother and brother-in-law have really expanded into other areas of. They're into HTOs, which
I'm so excited.
I know, we're getting one pretty close to where we live.
Yes, there's one opening up on Briarwood.
Yes.
I can't wait. Can you give us a little hint of when?
I think it's happening pretty soon.
Pretty soon,
But
okay.
I don't know those details. I'm not privy to those details.
Well, I can't wait, because right now I do a lot of driving too.
Yes.
And we'll still support the other ones,
Absolutely.
but we will definitely support that one 100% because
Yes.
it is so close, and I know a lot of people are excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've branched out. You also have
Yeah.
a fun RV park, I understand,
Fun
right?
Valley in South Fork, Colorado.
Okay.
I don't think there's any other place like it. It's just such a fun RV park, and so they're involved in that with several other partners. And anyway, so we had just planned to be in Andrews, and then our kids got a little older. We just were looking at different school options and fell in love with Midland Classical.
Yeah, such a great school.
Yes.
It is fantastic. And I know that they have so many wonderful programs. And I know something that is near and dear to your heart is music. And I saw that your children are also into music as well.
They are. My son Tyler, he is 20. I keep telling people he's 19, but he's 20.
You have to think of those birthdays. I know.
I know.
I always have to like reassess every year. Okay, where's everybody at in the age?
I mean, like, how do I have 23-year-olds, you know?
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I ask myself that every day.
Yeah.
How do I have a 23-year-old?
He is in Austin at a music production school called the Recording Conservatory of Austin.
Fantastic.
And my daughter, Avery, is in Nashville. She went to Belmont for she actually went for nursing, ended up graduating with a degree in psychology and biology.
Awesome.
She loves science.
That's fantastic.
But now she's trying to go the music route, not as an artist, which is surprising to me.
Because she has a beautiful
such
voice.
a beautiful voice, yeah.
So I love that they took on those musical roots as well. Tell us how you got into singing, and I'm going to play her song here in a few minutes because she just has a new release. But how did you get into music, and what has it meant for your life?
So I remember as a little girl, my dad just introducing me to music and just great artists. Like, I grew up listening to the Eagles and John Denver and George Jones and
some good classic
Loretta
artists.
Lynn, yeah. And so I've just always loved it. I mean, it's just always been a part of
who you are,
who I am, I guess, yeah. And then from the age of 19, I guess, I've always been in a band of some sort.
Yeah.
And probably about 4 years ago, I don't know. I'm terrible with timelines.
That's right. I am too. I think it was like yesterday, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was 20 years ago?
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
okay.
My band, Angel and the Badmen, I wrote my first song. Didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't think I could write a song. And then the guys put it to music, and I was like, that was so much fun just to see words on a paper come to life.
I bet. And so you had not been trained in that. You
No.
were just like, I'm going to give this a shot. I love that. And then it worked out. What was the first song you wrote?
It's called The Feather. It's on the album Angel and the Badmen, and it's initially about a chicken.
Okay.
So it has a very dark twist at the end.
Okay.
But
I'm going
so
to have
you'll
to go
check it
listen.
out.
I will have to check it out. I was
but
like, the feather. What is this about? Is this
yeah.
symbolic for some reason? I mean, it has to be, right? Because when you're writing a song, there's so much symbolism in there.
Yeah.
And so the first time you did it, were you just like, okay, I'm going to try this, and the second time you're like, oh wait, now I know what I'm doing?
I don't think I knew what I was doing. I don't think I still know what I'm doing, but I quickly wrote two more. Like, I wrote 2 songs about Trey. I mean, he's just the greatest, and so he's easy to write about. And so then we're like, let's do an album.
I love it.
So, and then COVID hit.
That's
and
right.
We
'Cause
had
I'm
to
trying
quit
think-
playing.
I introduced you in a show one time, and I'm trying to think, was that during COVID? Or was it before Angel and the Badmen? I can't remember.
No, it was after our album came out.
It was after
so
the album.
After COVID, but early.
Early stages.
Yeah, maybe 2021.
Okay, and I was so impressed with your voice and the group.
Thank you.
And I just thought, this is so cool that you're living your dream, because
Yeah.
to me, it doesn't matter what age you go
Right.
for your dream, and your dreams change through the years, and
Yeah.
I know mine have, and I know everyone, at different stages of your life, and now you're an empty nester, and
Yes.
you're really getting to see this dream come to fruition
Sure.
with your own songs being
Yeah.
produced in video and audio, and I love it.
Yeah, because then I quickly realized how healing it is to write something and create something that, whether anyone else thinks so or not, I think it's beautiful. And I get to share my story. Sometimes I write songs that nobody hears. It just helps me process something.
Yeah, very cathartic.
Yeah.
Right. And so what's the process look like? So as a singer-songwriter, like, do you sit down? Because I'm trying to think, because I'm a writer, but in a different way. Like,
Sure.
I would write news or content or, something, and it's like, I know what I'm supposed to write. I sit down, I'm like, okay, boom, 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 boom. When you're creating the content yourself, how does that process look like?
It's I have different versions, but I wish I had my phone. I could show you the mile-long list of just ideas.
You just put notes down?
I constantly am
Okay.
writing like a title or just a word I hear that I want to put in a song, or a name, or something
love
funny
it.
that somebody says. I'll jot it down, and
Yes.
then when I want to sit down and write, if I don't have something, I just go through that list and just see what happens. Sometimes I'm just, have pen and paper or my laptop, or sometimes I'm at the piano and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
It just
crazy
comes
how
out.
it just comes out. Most of the time I'm in the shower. And so I have to get out of the shower, hit record on my voice memo, and I'm like singing it, and then I get back in the shower and finish. But I don't know why it happens in there. But
I'm
it
so glad to
does.
know that I'm not the only one. Okay, this is going to sound strange, but I'll sometimes write stuff in the shower too, like if I'm having to give a speech,
Yeah.
and then or MC an event, the ideas come in there. So that's funny. That must be just a creative place.
Maybe so.
But I
maybe
love
so.
that. Yeah. So always I've even heard that before. You should keep a pen and paper in the shower,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
in case those great ideas pop up right there.
Yeah.
But I love that. And then now you've turned it into an album. You've got
Yes.
your Angel and the Badman album that's
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
already out. But you have a new is the new song, which is called Be Merry.
Yes.
I love it. I can't wait for you to listen, but not yet. We're going to tease you with it. we're gonna play it for you in just a little bit. But I love the words in it because they're so simple and so joyful and so like right on the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did that song come to be?
Well, so 2 or 3 years ago, we don't know. Yesterday, I don't know.
It could be yesterday. Could be in 20 years.
I got really sick.
Oh, okay.
I've battled Lyme disease for many years. Didn't know it until about 7 years ago. But 2 or 3 years ago, I got a weird lung infection that was not COVID.
Uh-huh.
It felt like COVID. I
Right.
mean, I hadn't had COVID at that point, but
And the doctors probably were like, well,
we
let's
tested
check for COVID.
Yeah,
No, it
tested
wasn't.
many times. It wasn't the flu. It wasn't pneumonia. It was just some weird lung infection that we never figured out what it was. But there were some really scary days in there, and
Yeah.
like I truly didn't think I would come out of it.
Oh my gosh.
It was
Were you
awful.
hospitalized?
No, I was too scared to go to the hospital.
Because they might intubate you.
Yes.
I don't blame you.
I was just
Yeah.
too afraid, but my O2 kept dropping, and Trace said, we're close to having to go, but I just refused.
Yeah.
And I did come out of it, but
Oh,
I still,
thank
it took
God.
such a long time to have any strength back. So
Right.
I was just so discouraged because I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And so Trey would have to really encourage me to keep eating, keep drinking water, all the things. And
Right.
then that one day that saying, eat, drink, and be merry,
Yes.
just popped in my mind. And I thought, maybe I just need to try to write a song. I couldn't get to the piano. It was upstairs. But there was a guitar there. And so I picked up the guitar, which I can't play the guitar. I would never play in front of anybody. I've tried to learn so many times.
But you play the piano.
I play the
Okay,
piano.
Gotcha.
But I can play chords well enough to write a song.
Right.
So, and Mary played the guitar.
Uh-huh.
And so,
And Mary is your
who
friend
the
who the
song-
song
yeah.
is about.
Mhm.
Yes.
and so I thought, oh, it's important that I write this on the guitar.
Yes.
So, I just started thinking through the title, and I thought, I want to do a play on the word Mary and make it somebody's name. So then I start thinking about Marys that I know. And I mean, immediately I thought of my friend Mary Henson, and I thought I have to write about her.
I love it.
And so Be Mary was
born. I love it. And it is a great song. We're going to play it in just a minute. But I also want to touch on something you said. You know, a lot of times we go through dark times in our life, but those produce the most beautiful fruit in the end, because we find something during that time that helps us get out of it. Is that what Be Merry was for you?
I think so. Yeah, I know that when I was really sick with Lyme before the year that I was diagnosed, this was before the band, before I knew songwriting, I sang on a worship team. And I got so weak that it was really hard.
Yeah.
And so I tried to not do that for a few weeks. And then Trey really encouraged me to, like, let's figure out if there's a way for you to sit on the stage, whatever, and keep doing that, because music is just so important to my soul.
It is. And any musician can relate
absolutely.
to exactly what you just said there, because you have to find those things in life, no matter what it is, whether it's music, whether it's art, whether it's running, whatever that thing is. And when you don't have it, oh boy, life's a little tougher, isn't it?
I hound the guys, like when we go 2, 3, 4 weeks without getting together to practice or play or whatever. I'm like, okay, it's time.
Let's go, guys.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, we're going to play Be Merry in just a moment. But first, I'm a big quote girl. I love quotes. So we're going to do quote of the day. Okay. We always do quote of the day at 10 after. So we're going to see which quote you pick out. So just reach in, see which. Oh, you got the dream card. I love that for you, because you are living your dream. I love that. What does it say?
Okay. I didn't bring my glasses, but
I have mine.
I think I can do it.
Okay.
The way to get started is to quit talking and start doing. Walt Disney.
Yes.
I love that.
What does that quote mean to you? And I love that you got the dream card. I think that's awesome.
Well, all I can think about is Mary. Like, she is the perfect example of that quote. Mary is so curious about life that when she wants to learn something, she just goes out and learns it and does it. Like, she became interested in, this is such a small example, a small part of who Mary is, but it's a way that we connected. But she wanted to learn about bartending and making cocktails, and she creates cocktails, and they're little tiny works of art that you can drink, and they're beautiful.
My goodness.
And you can see them in the video.
Yes,
like, she creates some amazing.
That one where it's like bubbling
it's like
up.
A push pop.
Yes, that is so cool.
So she learned about it, got licensed to bartend, and even went out and got jobs as a bartender just to have the experience, because she wanted to meet people and learn about it. And I just think that's like amazing. Not even her, and that's quit talking and start doing.
Because she had the desire to do it.
Yeah.
Because she's also a teacher, correct? Is she?
Yeah, she's a teacher.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That I love that, because so many times in life, you think, oh, I'll get around to it, or I'll do that later.
Biggest procrastinator.
I'm right there with you. I mean, I and you know what? I've learned procrastination is not being lazy. It's actually your fear of what's going to happen.
It's fear.
It's fear that stops you a lot of the times. Even if it's something like, write that essay that's due for school, right?
Yeah.
What stops you from doing it? Oh, your fear, like, it just seems like so big. Instead of just going, let me go start with the opening paragraph and then keep, and then go from there. It seems like it's such a big thing to do that it stops you, and then you start feeling bad about yourself. You know what I'm talking about, fellow procrastinators. You start feeling bad about yourself, and then you're like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do this. So then what do? Nothing. You freeze, and you don't do it. Instead, I read a book called, it's Mel Robbins' 5-4-3, the 5-second rule. And she says you need to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just go do it. Yeah. Whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And we need to say yes more than saying no when it comes to those little things in our life that we want to do. Like, she wanted to be a bartender. What'd she do? She became a bartender. I love that.
Music. I know it's never too late to chase your dream.
Never.
There would have been so many different opportunities for me if I had not been afraid when I was 18.
Yeah. But just think your life would look different. It would look so different if you had done it at 18. And, and it's, to me, everything happens in God's timing.
I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't trade it.
And I love that you're doing it now, because, you're in a new season, and, you've been doing it for years, but like now you have this more, this little freedom opportunity, right? Because, as any mom knows, when your kids are all in your house, I mean, it's 100% kids all the time. Absolutely. Do this, do that, as it should be, right? I mean, that's where our focus should be. That's, to me, the biggest blessing is being a mom, and to be able to pour into your kids. But once you empty nest, and I'd love to talk to you about empty nesting too. We'll circle back to that. Okay. But you know, it takes out on a different season, right? And so for you to be able to live that dream, I love that. I'm so proud of you and so excited for you, because I think everyone, that's why I have Dream Big right behind me, because I think everyone needs to dream big and believe in themselves and never give up. And those three things sound so easy, but they're a lot harder than they sound.
Yeah.
Right?
But why not?
But why not? Yeah, what do you have to lose?
Yeah.
Okay, Be Merry. Be Merry is an amazing song. Okay, I'm going to try to sing it. Ready? Sing it with me. Be merry. Oh, oh, oh. Be merry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love this song. Okay, I wasn't very good, but Angela is, and I'm going to let you hear just a little bit more because it's such a catchy tune. Here it is. Be merry. See, she sings it a lot better.
On there I do, for sure.
I know, in person too. So here's the musical break. But the next words, Angela, I love. This is my favorite part of the song right here. And so I want everybody to listen close. Here it comes. And then I want to ask you what you meant by these words. Here they are. Be merry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it. Oh my God.
I'm going to cry.
I know. I love it. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Tell me what that means, because, you know, as women, we spend too much time being angry. We spend too much time in shame.
Yeah.
And boy, life gets good when you stop that stuff, right?
Oh my goodness.
So what did you mean? Oh, sorry, we're an emotional mess here. It's like those words. No, when I really sat and listened to them, I did the same thing. I was sitting this morning getting ready, and I was doing my makeup, and I started crying because I thought there are no truer words than that. We spend too much time. So tell me about your process.
Well, I just in thinking about, you know, how to be merry and why it matters, and I just look at my own life, and I have spent so much time just feeling guilty about things that aren't mine to feel guilty about.
Things beyond your control.
Shame that was placed on me that, you know, whether it was my fault or not, it was time to let that go. And I wasted too much time on that.
Yeah, I love that. I love those words. And if anything today, if someone's listening to our podcast and they've been living with that, I want them to know right now. And I want them to listen to that song over and over because you cannot help but be merry after that. Because we spend too much time on that. As women, we carry so much guilt and so much shame that it's time to let go of it. And to live a happy, joyful life that God wants us to live, and be merry.
And be merry.
And be merry. I love it. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
I think it's incredible. You can find it on iTunes. The video is on YouTube,
on Spotify, Amazon, all the things.
All the places. You need to go and get it right now. Be merry. I want to talk a little bit more. Oh, I forgot to ask you a quote of the day. What's your favorite quote that you live by?
I was going to ask if I could just go ahead and say it.
Yeah, please. Yes, that was my bad.
Tattooed on me.
Oh, I love it.
So my favorite quotes are often song lyrics. But this is a quote from, it's a song written by Patty Griffin called Let Him Fly. And it took a while to understand the beauty of just letting go.
Oh, I love it.
And it just goes along with what we've already said.
Yeah, I love it. That is a beautiful quote.
Yeah.
And I love it. So what's the other one? What's over here?
So this is another song lyric by the Future Birds. And the song is called Killing Ground, and it's one that we cover. And I make Luke play it every time we get together.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it's find one thing you love and let it do you in.
Love it. That's so beautiful. As a songwriter, do you listen to songs differently than, like, say, I don't know, the average me would listen to a song? Like,
maybe.
do you sit and listen to those lyrics? Do you take the lyrics to heart more?
I listen more to the lyrics.
Okay.
Yeah. Luke is my bandmate, and he and his wife Lee are some of our best friends. But Luke and I have an ongoing debate on what is more important in a song, the music or the lyric.
Ooh, what do you say?
I say the lyric. He says the music. So yeah.
kind of like the egg and the chicken. Which one came
That's
first?
right.
I don't know. You guys debate that one.
Truly,
That's so
I think
funny.
you have to have both
You
for a
have to
song,
have-
but
yes, I agree, and I think you can have good music. I'm trying to think now of an example of good music but bad lyrics, but yet it still worked. But I can't. I'm just not that creative to come up with one on the spot.
I can't think of anything.
But you have to have both.
I think so.
I'm thinking of one. Bop. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go.
I'm just kidding. I'm sure it's a great
it's so
song,
catchy.
and I'm sure it has great lyrics. But all I can remember is bop, 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 doom, bop,
Yeah.
doop, doop. I don't know any of the lyrics. I don't know any of the meaning behind it. Right?
Yeah. Does that count
But
as a lyric?
I don't know. See, I'm
don't
just
know.
not that well versed in it. But I would say you do have to have both.
I think so, too.
Because they basically go hand in hand.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's a poem.
Yeah. What's your favorite song that is not one of your own? Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to tackle the
Oh
microphone.
man, I was gonna think of this because I knew you were gonna ask me. I'm just gonna say, oh man,
It's hard to pick.
there's so many.
There's so many good songs in this world.
One of my favorites is called Night Flyer by Allison Russell.
Okay.
And we recently worked up a cover, and it's beautiful. It's I don't know if it'd be one you know, but I was listening to it. It's got a lot of lyrics, so I was trying to learn the lyrics, and one verse just stood out to me, and I can't remember them right now, but I was like, "This is my song."
Oh.
So that's one, but another one is Bob Dylan's "Don't Think Twice." I love
Nice.
that song.
Nice.
Love it.
And I think what it is about the lyrics is when they connect with you, like you said, that's my song.
Yeah.
That's how I like songs that I feel that close to or connected to. I
Yeah.
just feel like it just gets in your heart, gets in your soul,
Yeah.
and it can bring out emotions. There's that song "Rainbow" by Casey Musgraves. Every time I
Oh,
hear
that's
it,
a great one.
tears. I
Yeah.
can be driving anywhere. I could be walking down the street. I could be sitting here right now, and if it came on, just tears. And so it's amazing how some songs will just hit you.
I have a few that we do in the band, and I know the guys are thinking, "Oh, here she goes again. She's gonna cry," because there are one or two songs. I wish I could think of them right now, but I almost can't sing one certain line every time
'Cause it gets
Oh,
you.
It's Robert Earl Keen's "Feeling Good Again."
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and he's got one. There's one line in that song, and I'm not going
And
to
it
think of
gets
it
you.
right now, but every time
Every
it gets
time.
me.
But I think that's the beauty of it too, and
Yeah.
that's the beautiful part about being a performer too, is you have to let your emotions go up there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so if you cry, it's okay. Just let it
I mean, I
out.
can't not cry. I cry every day.
And don't you find the older we get, the more you cry? Like
Oh, yeah.
I find I can I watch American Idol and I cry because I'm
Yeah.
like, they're living their dream.
I know.
And this person is giving them the opportunity, and I will just start weeping watching
I know.
American Idol. It's so funny how those things really do get you the
Yeah.
older you get. Let's talk a little bit about going for that dream, because I think there's a lot of people that would love to be a singer, right? I know I thought that's what I wanted. I wanted to be Carrie Underwood when I was,
Yeah.
or like her. She's younger than me, so I didn't know at the time I wanted to be Carrie. But anyway, I always thought, oh, that'd be so much fun to be a singer. But I know it's a hard road to go down,
Yeah.
right? What advice would you give to someone that really is thinking of doing it, and maybe give them maybe 3 tips that would help them in their journey?
That is a great question, because I feel like my dream and my journey is so, it's not I hope to be a big star someday or whatever, but I think about like I think about Taylor Swift, like how we just went and saw her, and
It was incredible, right?
yeah, but I think about, did she really ask for this? Like, I feel like she has to be lonely at times. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about all that, but
Well, no, you're such a sweet, you're very empathetic toward
I
her,
just
because
wonder if
like,
that's what she really asked for.
right, like if
And
that was
so,
her goal,
yeah.
or if
Yeah.
if it's all that she thought it would be or wanted it to
Right.
be, right,
Or if it's too much
right.
now, or
And I bet, I don't want to speak for Taylor Swift,
no, I don't either.
but I bet at times it is, and at times it's not. I
Yeah,
bet
I
at times
just
it
wonder.
is what she wanted to be.
Yeah.
Because you can tell she really enjoys being a mentor to so many little girls,
Yeah, I
right?
think
And
so,
young
too.
women.
Yeah.
That I bet that part right there is so
Yeah.
satisfying for her.
Sure.
I bet the part where she's trying to walk across the street and she's getting mobbed by people and she can't,
I can't
or
imagine.
have that human connection, sitting down and just talking to someone
Yeah, she
one
can't
on one
just do that.
without that person wanting something from her. You know what I mean? Like having a real human connection, I bet she really appreciates, compared to like sitting in a, I don't know, business meeting and they just want her money or whatever.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so I bet, sorry, Taylor, we didn't mean to speak for
No, sorry. If you're listening, no. But
she's not. But if you are, hi, we love you. My
But
girls are huge fans.
as far as my journey, I think, just if you want to sing, sing. If you want to write a song, write a song. Like, I took classes online during COVID through Berkeley School of Music.
Yes.
I mean, just be merry and do it.
Yes.
Just get out there and do it. Join a band.
I love it. Just get started.
Yeah.
Really. Kind of like what Walt Disney said.
Yes.
You just got to start talking and just start doing it.
Yeah.
I love that. We do something called a question of the day. So now it's time for question of the day. All right. It's nothing too, hard. It's not like we're going to make you solve world peace or anything.
Okay.
But,
I don't think I
But
can
hey,
do
if you
that.
can, please share that info with me. I'd love to
Okay.
solve world peace.
Okay, I drew strong.
Yes, because you're strong. I love that.
How do you motivate yourself daily? Oh, dear.
Oh, good question. Good question.
That is a question I'd like someone to tell me how to answer. Because I am a year-old empty nester now, and I have struggled with finding purpose in my day and like, what am I going to do today? Why do
Right.
I need to get up and get dressed? I mean,
Right. 'Cause don't have to
So-
take the kids to school.
Yeah.
And don't have to do all
Who
the
needs
running
me?
around. Well, a lot of people need you. I'm going to tell everyone listening right now needs you because they need to hear "Be Merry" every day.
but so that is a great question.
Yeah.
I have discovered that if I get up, get outside, first thing, like
Yeah.
just get outside,
Yeah.
get in the sunshine, and then come home, get dressed.
Yes.
I'm way more productive than if I
Yes.
just
Lay in
sit on
bed.
the couch or lay in bed and scroll through TikTok.
I'm right there
or
with you.
whatever.
High five. I have to do the same thing. First thing I do, get outside and go walk.
Yeah.
Because
And I've only done that for 4 days now. Today was my 4th day.
well, this is the beginning of a good streak. You're doing great. And
So I'm a 4-day pro at how to
I love it.
motivate yourself.
4 of many, many more, Angela. Many, many more. Well, because it's true. Because I mean, we're down from 4 to 1 at home, and that's every time one of our children would leave the nest, you have that little feeling of,
Yeah.
okay, well, I'm not as needed as, and so I was actually going to ask you. I'm glad you brought that up because I think that for empty nesters, that routine is so important.
Yeah.
But then to also know that you don't stop being a parent once they leave the nest, because I think that at first, at least this is just how I've kind of felt, is like, okay, my role has just changed, right?
Yeah.
Still need to check in on them. Still need to, keep that relationship going. It's going to look different. How is it going to look now? What
I
can?
have a funny story.
Oh, you do? Oh, good. Share. I love funny stories.
Tyler may be so embarrassed when I tell this story, but we left Tyler in Austin a year ago, and he's our youngest.
Mm-hmm.
And we had been home 2 days, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And Trey and I were sitting in the living room, and he said, "Have you heard from Tyler?" And I said, "No. In fact, I texted him a couple hours ago, and I didn't hear back." So we tried to call, no answer. And then by this point, it was about 6 or 7 in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Still no answer.
Had you tracked him on the phone by now to make sure he's okay?
Yes, and it showed he was at his apartment. And
Okay.
I have my kids' permission to still just see where they are.
Yes.
I'm not going to question.
Nope.
I just want to see where they are and see that they get home.
Right.
So it showed that he was at home.
Yes.
More time went by. Now it's bedtime.
Uh-huh.
Still no answer from Tyler. And I am panicking.
Right.
He had told me that morning someone was rude to him in the parking garage, and so my imagination was like,
The mom wheels are going.
Somebody beat him up in the parking lot, and he's just laying there. 10:30, 11:30, midnight.
Still no word.
Still no word. And I am in full panic. Like, I'm shaking just talking about it. I'm in full panic. And Trey is too, but he's like, I'm sure it's fine. But we realized at that moment, we knew no one in Austin to go check on him.
Right.
Like, he knew nobody. We knew nobody. So Trey said, I guess we're going to call the police. So we called the police. Had
you sent multiple texts at this point?
So many.
Multiple texts?
So many texts, so many
phone
calls.
everything.
And so we called the police, and the officer was so kind, and he was like, no problem. I work the West Campus area, which is near where Tyler lives, and so I'll just go check on him. So he went, banged on the door. Tyler came to the door, and the officer said, you need to call your mama right now. And so our phone rings, and I pick up my phone, and I see that it's Tyler, and I just start bawling, and I hand the phone to Trey.
I couldn't even talk.
No.
Oh my gosh! I could see how you would.
I was just terrified, and Tyler had a cold, and so he took cold medicine and went to bed,
Knocked
and
him
his
out.
phone was in the other room, and he was just out. And then the officer left and called Trey back, and he said, I could tell he was just dead asleep, which Tyler sleeps really deeply anyway. But
Right. But then you could breathe again.
Then I could breathe again. The next night, about 10 o'clock, Tyler texts us and says, hey, I'm going to bed. Please don't call the cops.
That's funny. That is hilarious.
But after that, it got easier.
Yes.
But
Yes.
it was really hard.
It is hard.
Yeah.
It is hard. And I know you have to let them go to grow. That's what I always
do.
I always say that, and I remind myself of that. And then, hold on, this cord is bothering me. You have to let them go to grow, but you also have to remember the best is yet to come. Because if you start, it's easy to do, moms and dads, you go, gosh, I just miss them being here, and it's just, the house is empty without them, and it just feels different. You can go down this really sad route, right? Yeah. So easy. I know, I've been there. But then you just have to go, you know what? We raise them to go, to grow, and to fly and spread their wings and do big things, and that for them, that's their life.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's a hard transition, though. I'm like,
it's really
gosh, if any of you have tips out there on making it easier, let us know.
Yes.
We would love to hear them and share them because it's a hard transition. I know, and I'm sure you do too right now, so many people that are going through the same transition of life. Mm-hmm. And we're all going to have to do it as parents, unless, what was that, Steve Carell? There was like a movie where he's still lived at home at 40. But whatever. I know you don't want them to still be living at home at 40 either. You want them to spread their wings and fly. But here's the other thing to remind yourself of. It's because you love so big. And then I think that's so important too.
And honestly, Tyler has done so much better on his own. Like, it was time for him to go and spread his wings, and he's taking care of himself. And with Avery, she moved into a dorm, and so she wasn't alone,
right?
And so as hard as it was to let her go that far, all the way to Nashville, it's 1,000 miles.
Whew, she's got it down. She can look at any moment.
It's like 923 miles to her house. She was seemed like on campus, I felt like she was a little more protected.
Right.
So while I couldn't breathe for the first few months, it was just a little different with.
And they're also different too.
Yeah,
and just in how you respond to them moving too. But once again, it's because we love them so much.
Absolutely.
So it's a good thing. Well, thank you for sharing that story. That is so funny. I love that he texted you the next night and said, don't call the cops. That's great. So we've always played something called Favorite Things. And so I like to hear our guests' favorite things in life in general. So we're going to start with favorite book.
My favorite book is, no surprise, written by a songwriter, Mary, I'm probably going to pronounce her name wrong, Mary Gauthier. She sings that Mercy Now.
Oh, yes.
My Father could
that's-
use a little mercy now.
Yes, yes.
Her book is called Saved by a Song.
Okay.
And she goes through her whole story about how just one day being brave enough to do an open mic and start writing music, and how it healed her from so much pain that she had experienced as a child. It's so good.
Oh, good.
I love
Okay.
it.
I'll
Even
have
if
to
you're
read
not
it.
a songwriter,
You still would enjoy
it's
it.
still such a great story.
Awesome. Do you have a favorite podcast?
Well, other than yours.
Thank you. I told her to say that. No, I'm kidding. But thank you for saying that.
My friends, Jeff and Lisa Carter
Yes.
and Brian and Alyssa Fields, have one called Marriage Unfiltered.
Uh-huh.
Is that what it's called? I think that's what
I
it's
believe
called.
so. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's really great because they are just like this, just sitting
Just
around
chatting.
visiting, and they're very open and real about the struggles they have in their marriages and the celebrations that they have in their marriages, and it's just really great to listen to. I highly recommend it.
I love that. Okay, awesome. So listen to both of those. A favorite coffee shop here in town?
Far West Coffee.
Far West. Far
for
West
sure.
gets a lot of votes.
Yeah.
They do. They
Yeah.
do. It's a great place. I love the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Very But they're all so good.
Yeah.
That one is one of my favorites too. Favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant. I don't know if it's our well, I guess it's our favorite. We're there every Tuesday. If y'all want to come have dinner with me.
Hey, now we know where to go.
We go to Cork and Pig every Tuesday, and we get there at 5.
It's smart because it gets
Because
busy.
it
If you
gets
get
really
out,
busy.
If you get there, here's a little tip. If you get there after 5:30, you're going to be waiting 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
That's smart. They have the
think of any
best pizza. What do you get there? I love the salad and pizza.
I love the salad. I've never had the pizza.
It's so good.
What is something? Oh, this last time I got the pastrami sandwich. It
Good.
was so good.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really
Nice.
good. And then I love Monterey. Their cheese enchiladas. Oh,
Yes. Very
the
good.
best in
I have
town.
had those. Very good. Very good. Okay, favorite. Let's go favorite movie.
Ooh, I have 2.
Okay.
Christopher Reeve's Somewhere in Time.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, I love
I need to
that movie.
rewatch that
The
one.
music in that movie is so pretty.
Yes.
And of course, Coal Miner's Daughter.
Oh, that's a good one.
My husband has seen that movie 400 times.
He's like, oh, it's Sunday night. Here we go again.
when I'm sad, he's like, we can watch Coal Miner's Daughter if you want to.
That's sweet. That's a good husband right
He
there.
is a good husband.
Watch your favorite movie.
That's
I love
right.
that. Favorite memory here in West Texas?
Oh, all of my memories are here in West Texas. Oh man, you put me on the spot with that one. Gosh, I mean, I was married here in West Texas. My son Tyler was born here. We lived in Andrews, but he was born here. We adopted Avery. She was born in Abilene. So all of my
All of
great
them.
memories are in
I
West
love that.
Texas.
That's beautiful.
My whole life.
What do you love about West Texas so much? Because I think, I feel like it's the best place to raise a family. I feel like
I
we're
agree.
so lucky to be here.
Yeah.
And occasionally it'll get a bad rap from some people, but
I know.
I don't
I hate when
ever
I see
address
that.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because to me it's like anything. The grass is green where you water it, right?
Yes.
Grass isn't green on the other side. So it is a great place.
Yeah.
What do you love about it?
I love the sunrises,
Yes.
sunsets, and the people.
I think you should write a song about it.
Okay.
we need a good old-fashioned, good West Texas song written about.
I'll add that to the list.
I know there's been some already out there. There
have,
yeah,
some
we have
really great
actually have
ones.
quite a few songs written about Midland, but we need a good old positive, uplifting song about it
Sure.
because I love it. I mean, we look at the sunrise and the sunset every day, and like the moon last night. Who saw it? It was amazing. Did you see it?
I didn't. I
It
went
was
to
amazing.
bed.
Maybe it'll be out there again tonight. Just as it was huge, and it was just beautiful. And I thought, oh my goodness, we just really have
Yeah.
so much beauty here.
Well, I read that the best place to see it last night would be Tennessee. I didn't even tell Avery, but I thought, oh, well, we're probably not going to see it.
Yeah.
So I went to bed, and then I saw someone post a picture, and I was like, I should get up and go, but I didn't.
That's all right. I bet the picture was beautiful. Do you have a favorite life hack that just makes your day go by a little faster, a little easier, a little bit more the way you want it to? Favorite life hack?
Man, I should have asked for these questions ahead of time.
That's why I don't give them. We want the on-the-spot
Favorite
answer.
life hack.
It could be anything. A cooking tip, a life tip.
I seriously cannot think of a single thing.
That's all right. We'll come back to it.
Okay,
If it pops,
okay.
if it pops in your head, you just tell me and let me know. Okay. Well, we're getting close to the end, but I have so many more questions.
Okay.
I want to ask. Everybody goes through struggles in life, right? And you and I are in an age. We're not going to say the age, but y'all can guess. You know, y'all can guess. We're at the top of the hill. But what have you learned that, you know, especially like maybe during some of those, you know, we always call them the highs and lows. We do high and low at dinner every night. The highs and lows. What have you learned during the lows that has made the highs so much better? And maybe could help someone out there that's going through a low.
What I've learned during the lows is to not just hold it in. Like I tend to internalize everything, and then I'll come to my husband, you know, weeks later and go, I have to tell you something, and not something that I'd done. It's just something that has
You were
been hurt,
feeling.
that I was feeling or I was hurt by or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's just so much easier once I just talk to him.
Yeah.
I could just talk to him and everything's fine. And so just don't hold it in.
Don't hold
you
it
don't
in.
have to carry things by yourself.
Oh, I like that. I think that's important, no matter
Yeah.
what stage of life, that you're in. Don't carry it by yourself.
Yeah.
We think we have to be tough and have to carry it ourselves, and then you realize after you share it with somebody that, boy, it feels so
Yeah.
much better when that load is lifted off your back.
Absolutely.
I love that. Is there anything coming into today's interview that we haven't talked about yet that you're like, oh, I want to make sure we talk about that? Maybe you were like on the way there going, okay, I'm going to say this. And maybe I just haven't asked that question yet.
Man, I don't think so.
Yay!
You're good at
Oh,
asking all the questions.
well, thank you. I'm sure I've missed one. I'm gonna get home and go, oh, I should have asked her that.
Well, we'll do it again.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Every time a new song is released.
Oh, that's fine with me.
Well, I appreciate you sharing your heart today and with us. We
Sure.
do at the end of each podcast ask for your favorite nonprofit organization so we
Yeah.
can shout them out.
Okay.
Because we are all about paying it forward in supporting our community. Which one do you and Trey, that's near and dear to your heart that you'd like to talk about?
There are a lot of them, but one that has just been on our minds lately, and I meant to look up the name, but Trey is partnering with Carl Borowski's homeless ministry. Maybe
Yes.
you know the name of it.
Yes, so he Rope Youth. He does
Rope Youth,
and then he
has
also has the Little
Backyard-
Gentlemen's League and Little
Yeah.
Ladies League.
But he has a ministry.
Is it Backyard Ministries?
Specifically with homeless.
Yes.
Maybe it's Backyard Ministry with the homeless people. So I wrote a song. My brother and I met a sweet little homeless.
What was that? Under the Bridge.
Under the Bridge. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
My brother and I recently met a sweet little homeless lady in Dallas. Her name's Casey, and we just stopped and started talking to her, and that's a whole nother story.
It's a
But
whole nother podcast.
It just
touched you.
oh my goodness, yeah. So I wrote a song called "On the Outside," and Trey is partnering with Carl and Film Hunter Media. Film Hunter Media is our friends that did the Be Merry video.
Oh, they did such a good job.
They did a great
so
job.
good. Yes.
But they're doing a video, and I don't understand all the details yet, but it's supposed to hopefully direct people to a website where they can help the homeless more effectively.
Gotcha.
Because there are a lot of ways that people try to help them, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
I love that.
that is the one that's most dear to us right now.
I love that. And what's the name of the song that you wrote for her?
It's called On the Outside.
On the Outside. Okay. I'm going to have to listen to that one next, and we can find
it. Yeah,
it hasn't
it's
come
not
out
out
yet.
yet.
Okay. I'll be looking for that one
Yes.
the next time. And remember, the best way to find any of Angela's music, you can go on YouTube for the video, or you can go to Amazon, Google, Spotify,
Yeah.
all the places.
Or just Angela Porter music on any social media.
And then
It's there.
you play locally, correct?
I do,
And because you
yeah.
have a new band called Blue Agave?
Yeah, it's our little side project. It was actually originally Luke and myself and my son Tyler.
Uh-huh.
And then when Tyler left, Mary
Be Married, Mary.
took his place.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then our bass player Brent Sparks joins us, and we hope to play some of the smaller venues where
Great.
our bigger band doesn't usually play.
Okay, so it's just it's like a little break off,
yeah. Sometimes
right,
there's two of us,
two trio,
three,
yeah,
four, whatever. Whoever wants to play.
whoever's available that night and wants to have some fun and
That's
go out
right.
and play some music.
Yeah.
I love it. And how do we find when you're playing? Is that on your website?
I always put it on all of our social media.
Okay.
We've kind of taken the summer off to kind of regroup. Our drummer and his wife had a baby.
Oh,
And
congratulations!
so he resigned, and so, but she's precious.
Oh,
But anyway, we kind of just wanted to step back, and
Right.
we added Mary, and so we're just kind of working up some new things.
so follow on social media
Yes.
for future gigs because
Yes.
you won't want to miss it. And I guarantee Be Merry will be played, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Well, I look forward to hearing you in person play.
Thank you.
I love it. I listen to it over and over on my phone. It is a great song, very uplifting. If you're ever having a bad day, just listen to it and you're going to be merry. I mean,
That's
how
right.
can you not be? Thank you so much, Angela, for
Thank
sharing your
you.
time today.
Thank
I
you
really
very
appreciate
much.
you sharing your heart, your soul, what what inspires you, because to me that's what life's about, is like learning each other's stories. And when we
Yeah.
learn each other's stories, we just have that human connection. And I just think you're a beautiful person inside and out, and I
Thank
can't
you.
wait to see all of your dreams come true, whatever they may be and however you want it to be. That's what I'm hoping for you. And I'll be a big cheerleader over here and support her, because I
Thank
think
you.
you have an incredible voice and you have a great message to share.
Thanks.
That a lot of people, I mean, I got so many little tidbits out of today. I'm like, let it go, quit carrying it, no more shame.
That's right.
And what was it? Don't be lazy.
All the things.
All the things, all the things.
Get up and go outside.
Get up and go outside, because we just need to be Mary. And I look forward to meeting Mary someday. Mary
Yeah,
Henson?
yeah.
Mary
Henson.
Mary Henson.
Yeah.
Cannot wait to meet you someday, Mary Henson. Thank you, Angela, for your time, for your joy, for your heart, and for just really just spending this time with all of our listeners today. So thank
you very much.
I want to thank all of you as well. This has been so much fun spending this time together. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you're living all your dreams and living your big life that you want to live. Remember, you only get one chance here. Make it good, and you can do that by dreaming big, believing, and never giving up. Those three things, anything can happen. I also want to thank our sponsors really quick before we go. Kevin Foreman of Foreman Financial, Tapestry Hotel Midland, Rig ID Workwear, Midland Cap Company, and joincapclub.com. Let's all support local. We are all in this together. We all live together. We eat here. We shop here. We live here. We love here. We should just all support each other in all of our endeavors, because that's what makes the world go round and makes it a better place. Again, a special thank you to Angela Porter. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
We both hope to see you soon around the community. And don't forget, you make it a great day.